Drake has won the right to see Kendrick's contract. What up, words? Your boy Challz Brown back again talking facts. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe, hit the notification bell. Keep sending those Cashaps to CLBMG gang. Listen, join that membership. Yo, I'm not even going to be one of these guys reading from the official press release or the lawsuit or the function that allows Drake to see Kendrick's contract. I'm just going to go from the dude on the block, right? The random dude on the block that's just looking at this thing, just taking the most basic of information and making his decision. And my decision about Drake being able to see Kendrick's contract, number one, he is celebrating being the biggest snitch in hip-hop. He wants to sit there and go through this guy's contract. First of all, it doesn't mean anything. He only wants the contract so he can go through and use it against him in his next raps. It's not going to prove anything against UMG. Drake has no chance of winning this lawsuit. Let's just be honest. You're all I'm seeing is a guy suing over a rap battle. You can wrap this shit up in a bowl and do everything you want to try to make it like it ain't shit. It's sugar. They put all this sugar and sprinkles and they doing all this cute stuff to try to make this shit look like something else. It's a nigga that lost a rap battle that's suing the record company because he lost. Point blank, period. Ain't no way around it. You can't make this shit cute. You can't make it sexy. You can't make it like it's some litigation that we don't get. Oh, motherfucker, we get it. It's corny. We get it. And they're online. And listen, the people celebrating this gang, I just needed to be clear. It's probably about 5% of the hip-hop, the whole culture. It's 10% tops that think this is good, gang. This is what Drake don't understand, right? He thinks that we're clapping our hands like, yeah, get UMG. My nigga, 90% of the fucking population of hip-hop culture wants your ass to lose bad. I don't know if this guy knows this. You could win this shit and it'll be worse for you. You're in the tank, my guy. You just struggled to get a song. It took you a month of begging, your fans begging and pleading. You're paying TikTokers to do dances to Nokia to finally struggle to beat a record that's been on this since last year. You're cooked. You somehow think you're doing good. No, you're not doing good at all. You're paying influencers to react to a song. You know how many people reacted to Not Like Us without a fucking dime? Do you have any idea? That shit is still selling. We going on a year of this battle. I believe this month, April 19th, I believe they dropped the Like That album, the Like That song. You guys had a battle that actually was quicker than we like to think it was. It was only 2 months long. Like, this wasn't like this long drawn out thing. And by, I believe, May, we got Not Like Us, battle's over. Beat your ass so bad it took you a year to do another video. You ain't come out with a video to Nokia, which is supposed to be Party and Drake. Where the hell is Party at? Right? All of a sudden, oh no, Nokia is just for Drake. But when it first came out, the numbers was low. It's Drake and Party. Yeah, they both got no. It fluctuates. It depends on what week it is, who album it really is. When you guys can push the numbers up, then it's Drake. When the numbers are down, it's Party and Drake. No, my dude, this is what we're gonna say in history. When this shit go down, there will be no one putting your name in history books of this hip hop shit. No, you know that. We all know that. Ain't no asterisk for snitching, my nigga. So you're going to be looked at as the world's biggest snitch. Everything you're accusing them of, they did for you first. You want to see this guy's contract, ain't going to be nothing in it that can prove anything. You just want to see it. You're asking for all this discovery. You know the case going to get thrown out. Me and you know that. You know this is going nowhere. They can't defame you when you engaged in the battle yourself. The only reason you won this is because they have to let you have discovery. You know that. Your lawyers know that. They can't stop discovery without a good reason. UMG has filed for dismissal of the case. But until that's approved, until they make a decision on dismissal, you can still apply for discovery. You know that and I know that. So you applied for discovery, UMG can't stop you. So you're asking for his contract and all kind of other bullshit. Because you can. You're going to get the contract, you're going to leak his shit, and you're going to say, oh, we don't know how they got it. You're going to leak it to Academics TV and all academics, and he's going to try to clown this dude for his contract, and it won't work. You did a video, you trolled him, you ruined your own fucking video. You did a black and white video that doesn't resonate. It doesn't resonate. It went #1 on trending because nothing fucking else is out. It took you 2 days to go to 1 million. This shit is sluggish and slow. You're not popping, my nigga. Let's just be honest. I'm going to go on a limb. I'm just going to be, I think that fucking Not Like Us did 20 million like in 2 days. But you going to say it's bots. It was doing numbers on all streaming services, but you going to say it's bots. Well, we know it wasn't bots. And so every time you say it's bots, you lose credibility. Right? You're going to say it's bots, though. No one in their right mind believed that song was botted. No one. It didn't need to be, gang. They was playing this thing at sporting events. No one needed to bot this song. But you know that. You know that. The funny thing is, and I'm going to do a whole video about this, is what people forget is you try to call Kendrick lame for reaching out about the Tupac estate to get, what's the song you did? Right? With Tupac's voice. You said he was lame because he tried to have litigation to get that song removed. You said it was lame to use litigation in hip hop. You said that. Go back to your diss record. Go back to your diss record. You called Kendrick lame for reaching out to have litigation for that song. And what are you doing right now? Having litigation over a song. But that's a whole nother video. I'm going to get into that. But what I want y'all to understand, really understand what's going on. He got approved to get the contract. That's called discovery. It doesn't mean anything is in it. It means that he asked to see it. This case is going nowhere. It's like they're celebrating a victory that don't mean anything. You know it and I know it. When this thing goes to court and they start peeling back the layers, they're going to say, so Mr. Aubrey Graham openly competed in this competition against this guy. They both threw verbal disses. So the only problem that he has with this is not that he got insulted. It's just that the insult was worse than his insults. Is that what you're telling me? Anybody logical can read the room and say, yo, they both were throwing insults and he got more offended by the insults that came at him than the ones he threw. So basically, he wasn't proficient enough with his insults. Is that why we're here? Is that why we're in court? Because his insults weren't as stinging as his? And trust me, Drake threw a lot of insults. Go back and listen to Push-Ups. Go back and listen to Family Matters. He threw a lot. He didn't just call him a wife beater. He called this guy a lot of things. He accused him of a lot of things, gang. A lot of things, not just beating his wife. He accused him of a lot of things. And then I think I'm going to go through a deep dive one day and just read all that shit. Because people forget, this dude was going for his neck. But somehow, some way, we're in court. Because he called you something worse than you could think of. And it stuck. You know this trial ain't going to court. You know what UMG lawyers doing right now. They gathering a lot of evidence. They probably go get that girl that hugged you on stage when you found out she was a minor and you said, you feel good anyway. Your breasts feel good on my chest. You know that this going to get real ugly, Drake. You know this shit. I don't know why you trying to fool these people and your fans. They like, I'm looking at this whole situation. I'm on Twitter and I'm looking at them. They celebrating. What are you celebrating? First of all, you celebrating some snitch ass shit. He wants to see the paperwork. Right? The whole thing has nothing to do with Kendrick. According to the lawsuit, it's not about Kendrick, but you want Kendrick's contract. All right? The whole lawsuit, let me explain to y'all what the lawsuit supposed to be. It's supposed to be about UMG allowing him to be defamed by words in that song and pushing that song to disrupt his contract negotiations and lower his value. Well, guess what, dumb nigga? If you don't battle him, in the middle of your contract negotiation, they can't lower your value. You jumped in the battle anyway. Make this shit make sense, gang. But see, it's going to be a jury of his peers that's going to listen to all this shit. They're going to say, wait, you were in a contract negotiation? You were trying to get $1 billion record deal. When did you have time to write these fucking raps if you're trying to do $1 billion record deal? How can they make your value go down if you're in negotiations and you're just worrying about the negotiations? Why are you in a rap battle? Why did you get in a rap battle? The last thing on earth you want to do, even if you don't do the rap battle, if we're in negotiations, you can't drop an album. You can't drop shit. You're supposed to be negotiating, gang. Make this shit make sense, please. Make it make sense, Drake. If we at the table negotiating, don't give me no music, don't give me shit. When the football players want their contracts adjusted, what they do? They hold out. They stay home. They play Madden on the couch. They don't go fucking playing pickup games at the fucking neighborhood gym or the fucking field. They don't do that shit. They don't go play flag football. They stay home. They negotiate. They get the new contract. See, Drake wants us to be dumb, but guess what? We're not slow, gang. None of this makes sense. You can't have your brand devalued if you don't drop nothing. That's going to, no matter what it does, make it make sense. If you drop something, let's not even say, let's take away the battle. If I'm UMG, according to what you're suing for, if I'm UMG, right? And I'm trying to renegotiate. We just did the 400, according to Drake fans, he had a $400 million contract that he paid back 2 years early, right? Am I bugging? Is that what they told me? That's what the Drake fans told me. You don't know what you're talking about. He paid that back 2 years ago, 2022. They've been paid. So he paid back the $400 million contract to UMG. Am I supposed to believe that? Okay, so we're going to go by that. So at that point, what we doing? Renegotiating, right? He allegedly dropped 1 or 2 more albums after he allegedly dropped. First of all, you don't just give them back the same amount of money they gave you. Huh? What? Yes. It's not like, here's 400 million. Well, here's 400 million back. We're squared. No, it don't work like that. But these Drake fans don't know that. You owe them a lot more than the same money they gave you, gang. What'd you say, Challz? You owe them a lot more than the money they gave you. So, if they gave you 400 million, you owe them a lot more. So let's just say I still gave them a lot more. Why are you still releasing musics? First of all, he's in a 360 deal, so they get money from his tours, everything. Everything. So why are you doing all this if you want to renegotiate? The best thing to do, my boy, is to fall back and don't do nothing. But he was in a slave deal. He couldn't stop and fall back. But they won't say that. That's why this nigga never stops. This nigga's Michael Jackson, 50 dates. We going to Bucharest, we going everywhere. Michael Jackson, before his ass dropped dead, they put him on a 50-date tour to compensate the label for the money they owed him. He owed them. That's what happened with Michael Jackson. So this is the same shit Drake is in. You want to be Michael Jackson? You can be Michael Jackson, right? So they got him in a slave deal. He can't stop working. It's no option. So he's working, right? Now, to me, if you're going to go to court and say they're trying to devalue me, why the fuck is you working then? If we're in negotiations, you can't pull, it doesn't make sense. If you're still working under that same slave deal that you want to change, you're supposed to stop working. You're supposed to say, we're in negotiations right now. You don't jump in a battle with Kendrick unless you're arrogant and you think you could beat him. You got out in front of the battle. Let's revisit it. You got out in front of the battle. You scarily dropped push-ups. You dropped it online like it was, you didn't know who did it. It was AI. We don't know. We're not taking any responsibility for it unless you like it. Then we're gonna put it out on. Remember that? You dropped it on Twitter somewhere. It spread like wildfire. Everybody thought it was AI, but they were like, it's not so bad. So then, okay, yeah, that's me. Let me touch it up. I'm gonna rewrite some of the lines. I'm gonna clean the beat up. We're gonna mix it down. We're gonna release it. Boom. Now you're releasing it, and it's gonna be called. They didn't even have a name for it. Remember? They didn't even have a name for it. We think it's called push-ups. But then you saw that some people liked it. They was, oh, this fire. Da, da, da. So then you put it out. And then you was like, drop. Where's the drop, Kenny? Where you at? Then you come with Taylor Made with Snoop and Tupac, telling him, yo, you gonna follow through this time. Remember all that? But you're in negotiations. You're trying to get $1 billion record deal, but you're rapping in Tupac voice, trying to bait Kenny into a battle that you don't know you're about to lose. Make this shit make sense, Drake. Make it make sense. If I'm on the outside looking in, this don't make no sense to me. It's ego and arrogance, because a baseball player that's negotiating his contract, he's not out there swinging the bat at the ball. He might be practicing at home, but he ain't in public doing nothing. He waiting for that contract negotiation to go through. But you didn't. You was arrogant. You thought you can beat him. You thought he was short. He a size 7 shoe. You thought he was too little. And you thought you was going to back him and move on. And then you thought it was going to up your worth. Right? Be honest. You thought you was going to beat Kenny real quick. He was the only dude on your ass at that label. You was going to squash him and then sit back at the table. And now what? I squashed your man. See, this is how fake bullies think. I squashed your man, right? So now you're thinking, the only one at this label right behind me is this dude, and I just beat him. Now I want $2 billion or I'm gone. Do you know what the talk was? I'm gonna rewind time right now. Do y'all remember the talk before that battle that if Drake was to leave UMG, the music industry would crumble? Do y'all remember that shit? The talk was that if Drake, they said this shit 50,000 times. If they have think pieces on this shit, if Drake leaves UMG, the entire music industry will crumble. Y'all remember that shit? This is a fucking fact. Do your Googles. Go back, rewind time. All them articles about how bad the music industry would do if he was to go independent. Remember that shit? Okay, he believed it. And he thought he was going to squash Kendrick, the only motherfucker. He's like, finally, I can end this shit. 10 years of beef. I can squash this nigga right now and end this whole shit. Superpowers get neutralized. He didn't know the culture didn't fuck with him. And they like to say, it's not fair. Nigga, it's not fair because they don't fuck with you. So they're not going to give you a fair shake. They don't like you. You didn't know that. You thought all the manufactured hits was going to get you over. It didn't work. Right? You didn't know they love this nigga. It ain't that they not being fair. They don't like you. It's two different things. You got to understand. It's a difference of them treating you fair, and it's a difference of them having issues with you for 10 years. Your shit been suspect. You got ghostwriters. You bang niggas' girls. You do a lot of funny style shit. You sub niggas all the time. The industry started seeing you. They were like, yo, this dude kind of fraud. This dude's fugazi. Like, this shit is weird. He do a lot of light-skinned shit. Just gonna be honest. Salute to the light-skinned niggas. But end of the day, this dude does a lot of funny style shit. I'm just gonna be honest. Scary shit. Right? Let Puff slap the shit out of you. Just weird shit that we not really jacking. Just gonna be honest. So this is where we are. The industry not feeling it. But you didn't know that. You overestimated all them fake ass streams and all that bullshit. Now you're going to court for the same shit that you was doing. So I'm gonna clap it up. You got Kendrick's contract. I'm gonna go on a limb and say they never send it to your ass. I'm gonna go on a limb and say they never send it to. They might send your ass 2 sheets of paper. One say an X that's like that's where he signed that. We don't know. This the con. It might be I am Kendrick Lamar, Duckworth, and that's it. And they might send you some goofy shit. They can send you any fucking thing. But I don't think they're gonna send you shit. I think they're gonna wait until this shit gets dismissed. That's just my personal opinion. So clap it up to all these Drake pages that's celebrating. They jumping up and down, they clapping their hands and stomping their feet. I don't think you want shit but the snitch award. If these motherfuckers is found guilty of what you're saying, the payola, somebody could go, this dude's in jail doing 10 years for payola schemes. So somebody could go to jail for payola behind your bitch ass snitching. How hip hop is that? Nigga, nobody's gonna applaud you but these motherfuckers that want these goofy ass songs you're making. And it ain't enough. It ain't enough for y'all. Sorry to tell you. That shit struggling. That no kid. This nigga got one song. This is not Drake. They got one song. They excited as shit about a song that took a month to go #1. It ain't gonna be there for long, even if it ever get there at all. It won't be there long. It's gonna be there 1 week. The boy is back. You sure? I'm more convinced than ever. This nigga's washed up. Now, he gonna make his music. He gonna make his money. He got too many fans, but it ain't enough. The curiosity, just like Kanye, that curiosity gonna run down. A lot of people didn't like that Nokia video. You can say what you want. A lot of people didn't like it. They're like, why would you put Brazilian dancers in black and white? Well, what are we doing? Why would you do half this stuff? You imitating Kenny, you're faking you're doing half his moves. He's on your mind this much, guy. Gang, you're supposed to be bigger than him. You're not supposed to be mocking him. You're wearing jackets from the community college or wherever he was. Like, come on, gang, like, it's silly. You're Drake right now, gang. Like, you're supposed to be standing, your head supposed to be up high. You're not supposed to be thinking about this guy. But you and your man sat there and coordinated a whole video mocking Kendrick. That's sad, gang. I'm just gonna be honest. That's sad as shit. I can't think of a better way to look corny than to make a whole video mocking a dude that beat me in a rap battle. But you want to sue him. You're going to sue him for defamation and then mock him in your next video. Make it make sense. And it can't be that these jurors are this dumb to sit here and watch you mock him, but yeah, this the guy that's defaming you. They saw you at the bowling alley naming your name on the bowling screen as 69 God, playing with it because it's funny. They saw you at that concert play a snippet of Not Like Us as a joke. They saw that. All that's going to be in court, gang. So if this record is so awful and defamed you so bad, why are you making jokes about it? Why are you showing the people that it's not that big of a deal? You're unbothered. It ain't making no sense, gang. I'm just going to be honest. So yeah, congratulations, right? Enjoy it. If for whatever reason that box comes over with that contract in it, read it, enjoy it. I'm sure the contract is legit. I'm sure whenever he renegotiated it, it's right. So you're not going to get nothing out of that. It's not really a win, but they're going to paint it as a win anyway. I'm going to leave it at that. You let me know where this go. Get in the comments. Tell me what you think. I feel like at this point, the longer this contract goes, the longer the snitching jacket is going to go with it. This dude is a snitch at this point. You dimed out this guy and the whole label to the cops. Now you're in court. You're going to have to take the stand at some point. You're going to have to. You can't fight this without it, right? That's going to be really hilarious. But you might not. He might not. He might not. But it's still going to be hilarious when they start reading this stuff in court. And the Not Like Us streams go up once again, 300%. And you make that label more money. You make Kendrick more money and the case gets dismissed anyway. Or you lose the case. Defamation is very hard to prove. Almost impossible. But you know that. CLBMG. Make sure you head over to Black Dash. You got to put the dash in there. Black Dash Yeti. YETI, black-yeti.com. Go over there. They the sponsors of Talking Facts, and they are the sponsors of the What Show. Head over to black-yeti.com. I'm going to catch y'all on the rebound. Peace.
Look, mission impossible to drop a few lines without dropping old times when Southern Hill was still a gold mine. When pistol grips was my shit and I sold mine. When Alias was not a show and they told mine. Elevate your mind with high quality THC infused products. BlackYeti.com. Black-Yeti.com.
CLB.